So did you guys actually know that whenever the narcissist is moving around, wherever they're going, they're actually looking over their shoulders. Wherever they're going, they're very paranoid, you know. They're extremely paranoid because they have that feeling. It's an intuitive feeling that someone is after them. It can be a physical person who is after them, or it can also be they are running from God because they know they have done very terrible things to so many people around the world. So they're always paranoid and looking everywhere, you know, they're looking around over their shoulders. So the reason why you see a lot of times people talk about stalking. So when you have left those guys and then you see like, it's like they're stalking you, you know what I mean? They're on your neck, they're stalking you, they are coming around checking your social medias. People, they think that, which is true, people believe that actually they want to keep a close eye and see what is going on with your life, of course, who you're dating and everything. So they're a little bit curious about your lifestyle, you know, who you're dating, I don't know, your new jobs, whatever it is you're doing with yourself. And they're also keeping an update on your healing process. But at the same time, on the other hand, they want to confirm and they want to make sure. They have got that intuitive feeling that you're going to come back after you're going to come after them. They know that whatever they have done to you, you're going to come after them. So they have got that deep inner feeling that this victim is going to come after me. I've continuously seen it with so many narcissists, you know what I mean? So they always like stalk you for so many reasons. They're keeping an update on your healing. So they have caused you a lot of these wounds. And they're seeing how you're progressing with your healing because they don't want you to recover fully. Anytime they notice that you're recovering, you're getting better, mentally, whatever, spiritually, physically, then they are going to slide very quickly inside of your life and, of course, get you into the hoovers and everything. But they are also very paranoid because they believe you're going to come after them. I've had a chance to see some of the victims of narcissistic abuse. Because, you know, me, I'm a very curious person. So when I'm around someone, when I date someone, I try to see their history. I want to know a little bit, you know, who they have been dating, what have they been doing with their lives, you know what I mean? How have they been moving, things like that. I try to get a clue of what has been going on in their lives before me. And then, of course, I'll start adding my puzzles together. You empaths, you know how the game goes. You put all these little pieces together and you will see, okay, this person most likely, they're talking about that person was the problem, but you actually see that they're the problem, you know what I mean? And even sometimes they don't even know this. Now, one thing you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, these people, sometimes God is going to send archangels to their life. They know you have got a very beautiful energy, very empathetic, very nice, very compassionate, you know, very loving, very sweet most of the times. So they are running after your energy, which energy they know that they cannot contain. They know that that energy is already on a very high frequency, but they are actually running after that energy. So because you see these guys, they are moving with their ego, you know what I mean? So most of the times God is going to send me one thing what I've come to believe, and I think I've done a video on that as well. The empath and the narcissist encounter is a divine intervention. So the archangels, they're meeting these devils. And they're all going to learn very serious lessons about themselves. So most of the times, there's no awakened archangel who is going to meet those narcissists. It's not possible that an awakened chosen person, they're going to run into narcissistic relationships. They will be out of there in no time. But of course, we have got the unawakened archangel, the chosen one who is unawakened. They are still these sleeping giants. I've already done a video on that. So sometimes God will actually allow this connection to happen. I saw so many times in my videos, people, they were like, oh, you know, how can How can God allow us to suffer like this and that and everything? You know what I mean? Let me tell you something, chosen people. I'm going to make a video very soon. You guys are unstoppable and you're unbreakable. Let me tell you something. The narcissist has destroyed some people before you. But they most likely met the people that they knew they can defeat. But secretly, the narcissists, when they meet an archangel, they are going to know that they cannot defeat you. So God will allow these connections to happen for very particular reasons, ladies and gentlemen. They will gravitate to you, towards you, or vice versa, you may gravitate towards them, and you guys are going to start up that connection. And for them, those narcissists, they will be like, okay, so this is business as usual. So they are going to, like, continue what they have always been, what they have always done over the years. They are going to continue their pattern of destruction. But the only person they are trying to destroy, they do not have any idea that that person has been sent to bring them a very, very massive, serious lesson in their lives. When the archangel has met the narcissist, of course, you guys are into those kind of entanglements, I don't know, relationships and the things like that. Even most of you guys, you were the black sheep. So all you guys are archangels. I can tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, you chosen people, most of you are archangels. You don't even know this. You came in those families, if you're the black sheep, to break cycles. It is only archangels can break cycles. Let me tell you something. If you're talking about those things of breaking generational curses, do you know what you're breaking? Have you got any idea, ladies and gentlemen, what you're breaking? You're breaking generational trauma. This is only something that very special, specific people can do. Not everybody can do this. It is the same thing which applies to other chosen ones around the world. These emotional vampires and energy vampires, the both of you will gravitate towards each other for very, very, very serious particular reasons. The only time the narcissist is going to know that they've been dealing with an archangel is the very moment of your awakening. That thing is going to trigger something within the narcissist's mind. You see, those people, they are very stubborn. They have got this a very big mask on their head, on their face that they're hiding. Of course, we already know this. And they have got this ego, you know what I mean? Very, very huge inflated ego within them. They think that they are unstoppable. The stuff like that. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The archangel, when that person wakes up, when that guy or that woman has gone through that massive awakening, God has turned on their light bulbs. Those angels, they are going to pull out their biggest sword. They are going to slice these demons in half. So do not be surprised when you see a lot of times you're wondering, oh, what all of a sudden happened to this narcissist? Oh, they used to be running after you. They used to be screaming around. They used to be playing around, playing all these games that God allowed them to do these things before. God allowed them to do this, of course, because you guys were going through some, very specific lessons. You are learning something very serious about life, even about yourselves, Because for an archangel to be able to evolve, you have got to first of all learn something what they call self-love. That is the biggest love you can ever give yourself on this universe. Nobody will ever give you this love other than yourself. So the lesson that you have got to learn about self-love is the lesson you're going to learn when you have met a narcissist. That is when you're going to learn that there is something what they call self-love. That is something you have never seen before. You have never even had before. You are going to be forced to learn how to love yourself more than you ever did before. But when you wake up, ladies and gentlemen, chosen ones, when you go through that big awakening, rude awakening, it's actually normally the encounter between the narcissist and the chosen people. It triggers a very rude awakening, not only for the empaths, but also for the narcissists themselves. It triggers a very, very massive awakening. There's a very big chaos actually happening spiritually. A lot of these things, they will manifest physically, of course, between the two of you. You have awakened, and of course, you're starting to, pack everything and leave. And of course, the narcissist is in chaos, running around with these, whatever, new supplies and, going all over the place. But there is something actually spiritually that is breaking. I've told you guys, you've broken the cords. Because these cords, like I've said in my video, which I'm going to repeat, they are cords of operation. that these devils they use to operate. They're the codes that these devils they use to operate is the codes that the devil uses to operate. And we guys already know that these people they are the devil's agents. The only time you will ever know and understand that you've met the devil in human form is when you have met a narcissist. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, you have not seen anything. If you have not met the narcissist in your life, I can guarantee you have not seen the devil. You will know when you meet the narcissist that this is the devil in human form. Those people, they are representative of the devil. But you see, a lot of you guys wonder, because I've seen sometimes on my videos many times, a couple of months and years ago, people they're like, oh, I'm here waiting for their karma. When are they going to receive their karma? You know what I mean? Oh, they did this and then they did that. I'm waiting. You know, you are eagerly waiting. You are there in your couch, in your home, you're waiting for karma, for the narcissist. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The first thing what I learned in those early days of my awakening, I learned that I don't need to wait for any karma. The karma has already happened to them. The karma has already happened to them. And let me tell you what has exactly happened in that time. The narcissist has learned something very serious when they met a chosen one. They have finally understood that there is people they are not supposed to touch. There is people they are not supposed to mess with. There is people they are not supposed to destroy, and they cannot even do that. They have learned a very massive lesson, ladies and gentlemen. I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, after you chosen ones, when those guys are going on around there with their lives, they will never be able to play their game. It will never be business as usual. After you, ladies and gentlemen, the narcissist is not going to operate. It's why you see sometimes when those guys have left you, you chosen people, a lot of you guys, they are going to struggle to survive. They are going to struggle to, they will deflate. The narcissist is going to deflate. You will see them. You will go back and look at their faces, and even sometimes, most of the time, they're even with somebody new. They are new relationships and the things like that, but they know that those new people they have met, most of the times they can never match up to your energy. They know this. It's a cover-up, so it's all some kind of an illusion, a setup to cover up the pain, the breakdown that they're going through. Those guys, they are deflating. You will see them. When the narcissist has left a chosen one, let me tell you something. Those guys are going to struggle to go to work. They can no longer go to work out. Even some of them, they cannot even sometimes they cannot even take care of their bodies. They cannot even brush their teeth. They can't even have a shower. People, they'll come around and they tell you that, hey, listen, why don't you go and check on that? We found them in the market. They were walking barefooted. They look like they were aging 100 times more, 100 times faster. They look like very bad things were happening to them. Go and check on them. I don't know what is happening to them. I've seen a narcissist deflate. Not one or two. I've seen a couple of them, so many of them over the years. Let me tell you something about the chosen one's energy. You have got the most significant and the biggest power supply, power generators within you. Let me repeat this one more time. When we're talking about a chosen person, you have got a divine light within you. Anybody who plugs into that light, they are going to be blessed. It's the reason as to why you saw those narcissists most of the times. When you're with them, they look like they were very happy. People were even starting to give them some comments. Of course, when they are going out there, all of a sudden, you're married, you're even glowing and the things like that. They were glowing because of your light. They were glowing off of your light, ladies and gentlemen. I can guarantee you this. But the moment you unplug those supply cables, you switch off the generator, you take your power supply out of those people's lives. It doesn't matter who they did before, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see them. And these are some things that you have got to have special eyes to see. There are some things that not everybody can see. There are some things that only a few people with that special anointing, that special light, they can see. Other people will not see this. It doesn't matter what face, what smile they will put on their face. They will show around people that they are happy. Oh, they send that one out, because they have that ego within them. Oh, they send them out, they discarded them and things like that. They're with somebody new. This person is better, things like that. But the person will read them spiritually that actually those individuals inside of them, they are deflating, they are actually crumbling, they are breaking down, because you have unplugged a very powerful supply cable out of their lives. You have switched off their lights. So those new supplies may not have, of course, that same energy that you do. They may have some degree of energy, of course, at some point. But the only reason why you spent a very long period of time with those individuals, that is because they had actually plugged into your energy. But now you have uncut, you have unplugged out of their lives. That's game over. Do not be fooled by what they do. Do not be fooled who they are dating. Don't be fooled. They will put up a show. Those guys, they're always, they're like comedians. They will go out there and put up a show and try to make everybody else believe that they are happy. They are not, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to do a video very soon about the divorce. So we're going to explain what is really happening spiritually when you're divorcing a narcissist. You know what I mean? That video is going to come very soon. But I will tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, chosen ones. You were the narcissist karma. The narcissist is going to suffer until that last day of their lives. They will go with a new supply. They will suck out that little energy they have. It won't work out. They will drop that one, they will go to the next one. But everywhere they will go, they will have it in mind that they have lost somebody very important. They have lost someone very powerful. They will know. They will know that they have lost someone very powerful. And they know the importance you have got in their lives. So they will never come around and tell you this, and they give you the credit that you need. But they know the importance that you had in their lives. Do you know, even just by simple breaking away from a narcissistic family unit, for you guys who have been a black sheep, do you know the impact you have when you break away from a narcissistic family dynamic? Do you know the whole family is going to crumble because of you? Just to give you a clear example of what I'm talking about, do you know the power that you have got within those units? Do you know, even by you just stepping out of those units and walking away to go out there and heal, breaking out of those cycles, do you know that even the whole family is going to crumble? There is going to be chaos. There is going to be drama. You are going to start seeing these demons manifest in all your family members and siblings in front of you. You may not be there to see it, but you will know about it eventually. Just because you have unplugged. You have switched off your generators and gotten out of that family, and they cannot function the same way that they used to before when you were there. So the whole game has changed. So you guys don't be worried about this, For me, when I'm talking about this narcissist thing, I usually want to shed some light on the spiritual, because there's always a spiritual part that you guys do not understand. So I always try to bring in that spiritual part that you guys may understand what is happening, not only physically but also spiritually, because these things manifest physically, but in the spiritual realm there's another thing taking place. There are some chains that are being broken. So somebody asked me a question recently, and they told me, oh, how do you break a generational cycle by leaving your family dynamic, your narcissistic family dynamic? How do you break a generational cycle? And I've told you, even I've done videos on this, so many videos, couple of them. I've told you, by you switching off the generator and unplugging out of that unit, you have started breaking the cycle straight away. By you getting out of a dysfunctional family unit, unplugging the generator and switching off the lights, you have started breaking the cycle. So whatever is going to happen is going to be divine guidance after that. It's going to be divine guidance and divine direction. You're going to be guided on the next steps, what you're going to do for you to fully break out of the cycle and break generational cycles. But you have started by breaking out of it, the family unit. It is the reason as to why I've said the whole family is in chaos, just because of one person. Do you know that only you can do and make the moves that nobody else can do in that family? Do you know the reason as to why many of them are ganging up against you? Because you have decided to break and cut out of those dysfunctional cords. Everybody is going to gang up on you. That's when you're going to know you have been involved with the dysfunctional narcissistic family cycle, family unit. That's when you're going to know what you've been involved with. When you see a lot of people that you thought loved you or liked you, they used to show you that they liked you or things like that, but you're going to see them a lot of time, they're even ganging up on you just for one person that has broken out of the system. So what do you think is going to happen to the narcissist? Very terrible things will happen to those guys. A lot of terrible things are going to happen to them. It may just be a matter of time. So I've told you guys normally, do not wait for these karma things. I've seen a lot of you guys, oh, you know, wow, when is the karma happening? You're just there waiting for karma. You are very eager to wait for karma. You are waiting for the karma, but you have to remember that only that act of waiting for that karma is very negative energy. It's actually blocking you from healing. Get out of there, ladies and gentlemen, and go and heal. Do not worry about those karma. The karma will hit them at the right spot. Don't worry about it. The karma is going to back and hit at those guys. So this entire time, the whole setup of you with the narcissist has been carefully designed and planned by the divine. It was supposed to happen. You will awaken and ascend. You will go upwards from there, but the narcissist is just going to go downwards from there. There's no other way around it. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You already know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session if you wouldn't, if you would like to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.